Alright, how's everybody doing today? Back again with another video for you guys and gals. And today what I have for everyone is my full review of the LabVon M3 Bluetooth Earbuds. So, y'all know how the story goes, or maybe you're new to the channel. Pretty much how my reviews goes is I use the product till I feel like I got a handle on everything I want to cover for you guys, and then it's full review time. And I think I've used this pair of Bluetooth earbuds for a sufficient amount of time. So now let's get into this full review. Jumping right into it, the first thing I want to talk about with you guys and gals is the overall build quality and design of the Bluetooth earbuds. Now, talking about the build quality, I think LabVon did a great job with this one. There's no rattling or creaking of any kind, and all of the buttons give a nice tactile and clicky, reassuring feedback to it. So, the multi-purpose power on button, nice and clicky. The volume up and down, skip next track buttons, nice and clicky. So overall, from a build quality standpoint, I think LabVon did a great job. Now, talking about the design, you're going to hear more of the same. I really like this design. The only downside I have with the design is the wings. These are the type of wings that go inside your ear canal instead of clipping on behind your ear. I found that I'm more of a fan of the ear wings that clip on outside your ear instead of going in your ear canal. I find that those are a little bit more secure. So that's probably the only downside to the design of these earbuds is the style of wings that were used. But other than that, the overall design of the earbuds is actually really good. So, in terms of build quality and design, I would have to say talking about these earbuds is really good. Alright? Now, let's talk about them young core features of these earbuds. Core feature number one, and you guys already know what I'm going to say if you're a returning viewer, is that these guys feature Bluetooth technology, so you can live that hashtag no cables lifestyle. In particular, these earbuds feature Bluetooth 4.2 technology in them, so not the latest and greatest 5.0, but it's pretty close, so pretty good. Up next, these guys have a built-in mic, which means that you can make and receive phone calls and interact with your smart devices using voice commands if you have a device that lets you do that. And spoiler, the mic on these earbuds is actually really good. We're going to talk about that more in a little bit. And yeah, that about does it. These guys have a 80 milliamp hour rechargeable built-in battery in them. So all you gotta do is plug them up via the micro USB charging port here, and you should be good to go. So it's right here, and I really need to stop cutting my nails because these get hard to open. But let me see if we can fish it out real fast. There we go. So there we go. So you just charge it up via this micro USB charging port right here. So no need to swap out batteries or anything like that. So good stuff. And overall, I would say that that's about it. Not too many features in this one. Just the bare essentials. And pretty much that's all you really need nowadays. Bare essentials. So that pretty much covers it for the core features of these earbuds. Now moving on, let's talk about the sound quality, the volume, and the bass. Now talking about the overall sound quality. Overall, when we talk about the sound quality on these earbuds, I'd have to say that it's really good. And I had no issues with the sound quality. And these earphones get really loud and still manage to stay very crisp and clear throughout. But that being said, I did notice that one side of the earphones tends to be a little bit more clearer than the other side. So I think that they split these earbuds up into one side handles the bass and then the other side handles the overall volume, and I noticed that rather quickly during my review process here. So the main earbud here, which houses all the controls, is responsible for a larger portion of the bass, whereas the secondary earbud is more responsible for overall clarity. So you guys may notice a disparity in the listening like I did, but overall I have to say again, in terms of overall sound quality, these are pretty good. In terms of overall volume, these guys get extremely loud, and again, this is another set of earbuds where I could not listen to them at max volume. So in particular, in my testing, I tested these guys at 50% volume and 75% volume. And these guys get extremely loud. Now, talking about the bass, again, this is where I say it's kind of split. This earbud, the secondary earbud, not housing all the controls, is more centered around clarity. So I wasn't really getting too much bass out of this one. Whereas the main earbud with all of the controls and the multifunction button, I actually got a lot of bass out of this. But I would have to say that the bass didn't really come alive until the earbuds were at max volume, and even then it was still kind of soft. But in terms of bass, I'd have to say it was decent. So overall, putting all of that into perspective, when we talk about the sound quality, the volume, and the bass, I'd have to say that it's good. It's not the best, but it's good. Now, moving on, the next thing I want to talk about for you guys is the overall mic quality of the mic in these earbuds. And again, this is where I have to say, from a mic perspective, the mic in these earbuds was really, really good. I didn't have any issues taking or making phone calls, and I didn't have any issues dictating text or interacting with my devices using my voice commands. Everything just worked, and it worked without an issue. So the overall mic quality of these earbuds, in my opinion, is really, really good. So, moving on, now I just want to go over the steps to pair. And pretty much these will work across any device that has Bluetooth functionality in it. So this will work on a smartphone, which is what I'm going to use to demo the steps here. This will work on a tablet, this will work on a laptop, this will work on a PC, so on and so forth. It just looks a little differently across the platforms, but the steps to pair are pretty much the same. So here we go. The first thing you want to do is navigate to the Bluetooth settings on your device. So I thought I had it pulled up, but it might have wiped it out in the memory here. So let's just go to the Bluetooth settings. Then make sure the Bluetooth is turned on. You can see it right there. And you can see it says visible to all nearby Bluetooth devices on this screen here. So you can see we're all set. Next thing you want to do is over on the earbuds, you want to press and hold the multifunction power button here, and you'll get some audible cues. You'll get one audible cue letting you know that the device is powered on, and then you'll get another audible cue letting you know that the device is ready to pair with nearby Bluetooth devices. So we're just going to press and hold. And there we go. And now it's in pairing mode. Okay. And I don't know how well the mic caught it on this one. I'm doing this review rather quickly today, so I didn't have time to set up my CQ clip-on microphone. So all of the audio for this video is being recorded from the mics on the Moto X Pure Edition, and all of the video is being recorded via the 21 megapixel camera on the Moto X Pure Edition at 720p at 30 frames a second. So as you can see, you got two audible cues, one letting you know that it's powered on, the other one letting you know that it's in pairing mode. Then you get a nice visual cue here. You get a blue flashing light there, and you get a red LED flashing light here. This indicates that the earbuds are in pairing mode. Now, over on your smart device, you want to just search or rescan for nearby Bluetooth devices, and you can see it right there. The model of these earphones is the M3. So again, this is the LabVon M3 Bluetooth Earbuds. So I'm just going to tap. It's going to take a few seconds to pair, and we'll be good to go. Again, you get a nice audible cue letting you know that the device is connected and you're good to go. Now, you have a nice blue flashing light here, but also a red flashing LED as well. And that pretty much covers the steps to pair. Now, we're not going to have a sound demo in this video because I've broken the sound demo and fitting demo into a separate video, which I will have links to it down below in the video description of this video. So if you want to see the fitting and sound demo, please check out the video description. Now, moving on, the next thing I want to talk about is the Bluetooth range and the Bluetooth strength. Now, manufacturer-wise, the manufacturer quoted on the side of the box, because there was no user manual on this one, the manufacturer quoted that these earbuds should have a range of 10 meters or 33 feet, and I found that that was spot on the money. And so overall, I have to say that the overall range on these earbuds is actually really, really good. And as long as I was inside the manufacturer's specified range, I didn't have any issues. So sliding over to the overall strength of the Bluetooth, again, I have to say that it was really, really good. And as long as I was in areas with limited to no interference, I didn't have any issues. Okay? So talking about the overall range and strength of these Bluetooth earbuds, I'd have to say that it was really, really good. Next, let's talk about the durability on these bad boys. And this is where I'm very happy to report that these earphones are extremely durable. Now, I've had these guys for a little bit over 3 weeks, and I've been using them for about a week and a half. And I have to say, these poor little earphones have been through the ringer. Now, I've snagged them on things, I've dropped them, they've been pulled out of my ears, they've fallen on multiple different surfaces, tile, concrete, what have you. And they still perform and look as if brand new without any issues. So that right there is just a testament to the overall durability of these earphones. So durability wise, I have to say that these earphones are really, really good. Alright, next now, let's go over the charging times and the overall battery life. Let's start off with them young charging times. Now, there was no indication on the box, and again, there was no user manual, so I pretty much had to play it by ear when I was going through my charging cycles. And pretty much, my results were pretty clear. On instances where I charge these guys right as they said, battery low, please charging, because that's what she said. She doesn't say please charge, she says please charging. On instances where I plugged it in right as I got that notification, these headphones took about an hour to charge up, a little bit under an hour, depending on the charger that I was using. So if I was using a regular charger, they charged up in about an hour flat. If I was using one of my fast chargers or my turbocharger, then it charged up in a little bit under an hour, about an hour and 55 minutes, 56 minutes, give or take a minute or two. So, all in all, I have to say that that's really good. Really good indeed. Now, on instances where I let the battery drain completely dead and it powered off, then I found that these guys took anywhere from an hour to an hour and 40 minutes to reach a full charge. Again, that's pretty good as well. So as long as you guys are pretty, y'all keep an ear out for that battery low warning, and you throw these guys on the charger as soon as you get that, it should charge up in about an hour or less, depending on the charger that you use. So in my opinion, the overall charge times are really good. Next now, let's talk about the overall battery life. And again, in particular, I want to reiterate that I tested these guys at 50% volume and 75% volume. And at 50% volume, I found that I was getting anywhere from about 5 to 7 hours on a single charge. Now, the manufacturer quoted that on the box, because again, there was no user manual, that these guys should give you about 4 hours of usage. And I found that they was being a little bit conservative. Now, maybe if you use these guys at 100% volume, then maybe you'll get down to that 4 hours as stated on the box. But in my particular testing, again, at 50% volume, I was getting anywhere from 5 hours to 7 hours, depending on what I was doing. Yeah. So, that being said, when I tested these guys at 75% volume, then I was getting anywhere from about 4.5 hours to 5 hours. Okay? Again, it pretty much mattered what I was doing. So if I was taking a bunch of phone calls, the battery drained a little bit quicker. You know, if I was just listening to music, then I got a little bit more battery out of it. If I was watching movies or TV shows, same thing as listening to music. So when I was doing multiple things throughout my day, then I found that the battery drained a little bit quicker. So if I was taking a bunch of phone calls, watching YouTube, watching Netflix, watching Hulu, you know, then non-stop, then the battery was draining a little bit quicker. But again, these are just my particular results, and keep in mind your results may vary. And keep in mind those results were again at 50% volume and 75% volume. Okay? Now, that being said, I have to say, although the battery life isn't up to where I would want it, because as I stated before in my other videos, nowadays Bluetooth speakers, headphones, what have you, should get a minimum battery life of 12 hours. And that 5 to 7 falls short by a big amount. But putting these into perspective, and I'm going to do that when we talk about the price, that's pretty good for what you have here. But again, it falls a little bit short in my opinion, but it is what it is. And keep in mind, this whole video is my opinion, and everybody's opinions matter, and everybody is welcome to form their own opinions as well. These are just my particular opinions and my particular results, and everybody's results may vary. Now, moving on, the next thing I'm going to do is talk about the positives and the negatives of these earphones. Then we're going to wrap this guy up, talk about the price, and I'm going to give you guys my final thoughts and a recommendation or two. So, talking about the positives and negatives, let's start off with the positives. I really do like the overall durability of these earphones. Because as I said, they've dropped multiple times throughout my testing. They've been snagged. They've pretty much been put through the ringer, and they still look, function, and function as if brand new. So I really do like the overall durability on these earphones. Number two, I really do like the fact that they incorporate Bluetooth technology. So what does that mean? I charge these guys up, and I don't have to worry about connecting up any cables to my smartphones or what have you. I really do like wireless Bluetooth connectivity. It's just easier to deal with. Hashtag no cables. And another good thing is that the overall mic in this guy is really, really good. And the charge times are really, really good. Okay? That pretty much does it for the positives, and then there's the price, but we're going to save the price for the end, which is probably one of the biggest positives in my opinion. But talking about the negatives, really there's only one that stands out to me, and that's the fact that these guys, the battery life on these guys is a little low in my opinion. That 5 to 7 hours should really be more like a 12-hour minimum, maybe a 15-hour maximum, but it is what it is. And keep in mind, if I didn't mention it, these guys have an 80 milliamp hour battery inside. But that pretty much does it for the positives and negatives. Now let's talk about the price, and I'm going to give you guys my final thoughts and a recommendation or two. So I picked these guys up via Amazon, and I paid about $10 for them after taxes. Keep in mind, as I always say, I am an Amazon Prime member, so I get free 2-day shipping. But keep in mind, if you're not an Amazon Prime member, you still have to factor in shipping and handling and taxes wherever applicable, depending on your state that you live in, so on and so forth. But that being said, you guys are probably wondering, for $10, can I recommend that you pick these guys up? And I'd have to say yes. I have to say yes without a doubt. For $10, the overall package that you're getting with these earphones is pretty good. Keep in mind, the only real downside to these is the fact that they don't get as good a battery life. But if you're looking for some inexpensive gym earphones, then you should be looking at these, because if you think about it, if you only use these guys to go to the gym, you're gonna, and let's say you work out like an hour and 20 minutes a day, then you're gonna get like 7 days out of these guys easily. If you work out half an hour a day, then you're gonna get a lot more. So if you're looking for an inexpensive pair of earphones or an inexpensive pair of gym earphones, then I can definitely recommend these guys. Okay? Alright, so that pretty much does it for this full review. If you guys and gals enjoyed the video, please help your boy out and give it a thumbs up. That really does help me out. You don't know how much. If you want to see more raw, uncut content like this, please be sure to hit the subscribe button down below and click off the notification bell icon so you get notified when I post new videos. As always, if this video has piqued your interest, all links to where to pick up these headphones, exactly how you see them here at some really great prices, will be down below in the video description. So if this video piqued your interest, down below in the video description is going to be like a one-stop shop down there. You know what it is. You know how it is. And as always, guys and gals, if y'all know anyone out there looking for some high quality, affordable devices and products at some really great prices, please share with them my channel, because I'm doing this for everyone, because we all deserve the best. Alright everybody, I hope everyone has a great day, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Now it's time to move on to the hurricane turbines. Alright, everyone have a great day. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.